Some prayers don't sound like Sunday morning. Some prayers sound like hospital machines, like a locked room, like a grown man crying for the little boy still hurting inside him, like standing in the mirror, not knowing who you are, and somehow God still comes. The monitors were counting every minute. My wife was fading underneath that light. I had no sermon, no brave hallelujah, just a trembling hand and the fear of goodbye. I said, Lord, I don't need all the answers. I just need you in this room tonight. And peace walked in before the healing and held us both till morning broke the night. Right there in the waiting, right there where my faith ran thin, you were closer than the oxygen, breathing hope into my chest again. You met me there when my knees gave out and my words ran dry. You met me there with mercy in your hands and tears in your eyes. In every room where sorrow stayed, you called me by my secret name. You met me there, Lord. You met me there. I was dressing them my chains like freedom, pouring poison on a hungry soul. Every vice just left me more empty. Every pleasure took another toll. I had on women, I had smoke, I had shadows, I had habits I could never outrun. Then you stood inside my filthy hiding, didn't flinch, just said, beloved son. And you didn't shame me, you broke the lock and let me out. What I call desire was a thirsty heart crying out, and you still wanted me, you still wanted me. You met me there when my knees gave out and my words ran dry. You met me there with mercy in your hands and tears in your eyes. In every room where sorrow stayed, you called me by my secret name. You met me there. said, my grace is where you meet me. You met us there, Lord. You met us there. You still come close, still walking, still call us yours again.